Hello, welcome to our gluten-free bread baking course. During this course, you will learn lots of different things you need to know about how to make successful, good tasting and very light gluten-free bread. As you can imagine, making gluten-free bread is not something really easy and taken lightly as well. There are quite a few specific things you really need to understand. So one of the main objectives for this course really is to highlight to you all the differences you need to know and also the very specific working methods you have to apply to gluten-free bread baking. I also want to show you really what gluten is, because that's really where a lot of people sort of almost fail to the point when they're making or trying to make gluten-free breads, because they don't really understand what is gluten. And I'm a firm believer to really make successful gluten-free bread, you really need to know what gluten is and how the gluten behaves and reacts in regular bread and how you're trying to recreate the structure and the importance of the gluten if you're trying to do it without. So in a moment actually I will show you what gluten is to really highlight that point. Another objective I have for you guys in this course is also to learn about yeast. Making quick breads and bake with baking powder and baking soda is reasonably easy, even so for making gluten-free breads, but working with yeast is a little bit different, because in regular wheat breads there's a connection between the gluten strands and your yeast, which really makes your bread rise. And as you can imagine, that's really one of your main challenges you have in making gluten-free breads. How can you create or recreate the lightness you would usually associate with wheat breads? So we'll go through the gluten, we go through what is yeast and how it ferments, and of course the very specific ingredients you maybe want to choose to make gluten-free breads. Obviously, if you up until now were eating wheat breads, you had all your nutritions from the different grains you used to use. Your spelt, your kamut, your rye, your oats, your wheat, and that's all these type of grains you will have to refrain from using from now on, because they do have gluten. So many times you will end up using a lot of starches. So we'll highlight to you later on what type of starches, what type of alternative flours and grains you're able to use to make very successful bread. So once again, welcome to our gluten-free bread baking course. I hope you will enjoy it, and we'll have a very nice selection of various different recipes for you guys coming in just a moment there.